Hello everyone. Today it's a particular day in which I'm excited to talk about Emacs Lisp. I've been using Emacs for the past 3-4 months and I've started to learn a little bit of Emacs Lisp because it helps with configuring the editor. So basically when you do any configuration in Emacs, you are basically writing Emacs Lisp. And I thought, well, it sounds like something I should learn so that I can expand Emacs to do my own functions. So let's have a look at this introduction of the things I've learned and stick until the end of the video because by the end of the video my plan is to teach you what you can do to do some useful functions within your Emacs setup. Alright, so let's switch to the camera. So we're gonna look at my laptop screen. There is an instance of Emacs running Doom Emacs, and maybe I'm gonna make a video one day about how to run multiple Emacs at the same time, but for today let's keep things simple. So let's start with an hello world. So the hello world, I'm gonna make the hello world pop up in this buffer at the bottom of the screen. I'm gonna say message hello world, and I'm gonna select the region, and I'm gonna do meta x, and then select eval region, and this is gonna give me the message hello world at the bottom. Now it's also telling us that I could do space. This is a Doom Emacs shortcut, M E R for eval region in Doom Emacs, but regular Emacs would be a little bit of a different shortcut. Alright, so now let's have a look at something else. Let's have a look at how we can move our cursor inside our editor. The function to use is Goto char, and then we specify a number, for example 8. Okay, now we select this block, Command X, eval region, and now the cursor is located on the location 8 of the document. Now, how do you move inside the editor? You move inside the editor, you move the cursor or the selection through movements, and those movements are given by, there are some reference points. For example, the last point of the editor, which is here. So for example, I'm gonna put a comment. This is the point max of the editor, and this represents just a visual indication to say that this character is the last one. So if I go to char 8, he's gonna put my cursor around here because the position 8 of the cursor in this buffer. But if I say point max, then what is going to happen is that he's going to move the cursor, or the selection in this case, because I'm having a selection, to the end of the editor. So I do M space MER, and as you can see, move the editor at the beginning, at the end of the file, at the end of the buffer. Same for point min. So if I go here and I go, it goes at the beginning because it selects from where my cursor started, which was here, all the way to the beginning. So this is how you can move your cursor. Now let's say you want to insert something in the editor. I do insert, and then I can say hello world. Okay, so now same thing, MER, hello world. So you can insert text with the insert function. Now we've been talking about functions. How do you define a function in Emacs? So you define it with the define, and then you place here your cursor, and then you're gonna say my function, and then here there is the bracket for some parameters, let's don't put any for now. And now we're gonna do insert. Let's put something different. Hello from my function. Okay, so let's run this region. So MER, and nothing happens. Why nothing happens? Well, it's simple because this function has got evaluated but has not been executed. How do you execute a function in Emacs Lisp? You execute the function by doing my function, you put it in the name in brackets, and then you run. And as you can see, their function worked by inserting the cursor position hello from my function. And alright, so now let's go ahead and let's do another function, my function with params, and then we say a parameter can be a title, for example. It's a name, it doesn't need to be something really meaningful. So you can swap title for anything, and we can do the same. We can say insert, and we can use a little bit of function string concatenation, and let's say we're writing an org file. We can do hash plus, and then we can say title, and then we can say title, and this is going to insert hash title and then title when this function is going to be called. We can go my function. Actually, let's do it in 2 different steps. So we evaluate this function, the function should have been evaluated, and now we do my function with params, and then we specify a title. I am learning Emacs Lisp. We have a region and inserts a title, I am learning Emacs Lisp. I did it a little bit too much. Alright. Okay, so we have seen before that we could move the function to other places. How can we do that? We can do that by using the Goto char function, okay? And then we can do the insert and we specify a title. So let's do that. We're going to write a function that is going to insert a title at the beginning of the file. So let's do the function. We call it my function org title. Actually, let's do Emacs Lisp comment title, and here we provide the title. The next bit is we can define a function description, and we're going to call this function description something. This is the description of my function. It will insert title in a comment at the beginning of the file. So, and then we're gonna say insert, and we're gonna put semicolon, semicolon. The title of this file should be, then we insert title, exactly the same we did before, but now we have this div on. However, what we want to do, we want to insert the title at the beginning of the file. So we need to, first of all, go to char, and then here will be point min. So we go to point min, insert, and then let's say here we can actually go at the end of the file. go to char. Actually, no, because what's going to happen is that we want to see the result of this. So mer. So the function has been defined, and now we're going to call the function my function Emacs Lisp comment title. This is so cool. And now go here, either region, and as you can see, the beginning of the file has been added with a title. Okay, there are a couple of improvements we can do here around this function. However, let's have a look at something else. When I added this section, something important happened, is that I have a description, and in Emacs I can do a describe function. So if I do Alt X and then I do describe function, now I can describe any function that I have, including the same define that we use to define functions. And now, as you can see, my function with params, my function Emacs Lisp comment title. As you can see, I have the description of the function inserted here, so I can actually read what it does. And if I open the function, I can actually see what it's telling me. It's telling me where it's coming from, it's telling me the parameters. And the powerful bit is that if I do a describe function on anything, for example, on Goto char, it's gonna give me where this function is defined, what characters is bound to, and how I can use it. It's just amazing. Emacs ecosystem, the way it works, the way the function are described, it just doesn't cease me to amaze me every day. Anyway, coming back to our function, I said I wanted to do some improvements here. I have this function. The function works as expected because inserted the title that I wanted at the beginning of the file. However, I want to do something better. I want to go back with the cursor in the position where I was when I ran it. How can I do that? Well, to do this, we can use something called save excursion. So the way we do it, here we say before we call Goto char, we say save excursion, and then inside save excursion we're gonna put the function that we want to run. In this case are the Goto char and the insert function. So let's amazing. Let's go back to this position. Actually, somehow I lost what I had before, but anyway, we're just an insert. Actually, this one goes first. Go to Goto char point min. Wait a second, this one needs brackets. So Goto char point min, save excursion, and this one should be the complete function declaration. So let's reevaluate it. Eval region, and now when I run this function, what I expect is that at the beginning of the file, my cursor will be then restored where it is around line 27. And the message we are gonna say is subscribe. Alright, so let's evaluate this function. And as you can see, I have the message subscribe In case you guys haven't got it, please subscribe, please watch more videos, please let me know what you think of this video. And there you go, we inserted it and we can back at the bottom of the file. How amazing. I can be anywhere and I can keep working with this. Okay, but so far I've been calling the functions from the buffer, but I might want to use these functions. I want this function to be runnable. If I search for my function, here you can see there is nothing. The reason there is nothing is because the function is not interactive. So what we want to do, we want to make the function interactive. Alright, let's go on and let's write another function. Define MC per mostly code, and we're gonna do a function that is interactive. Is gonna take a parameter through the mini buffer and insert it at the end of the buffer. So MC insert at the end, and as a parameter is gonna take name, inserts name at the end of the buffer, point min. So we want to use save excursion, and then we're gonna go to char point max. Actually, sorry, this one should be point max. Go to char point max. Just we want to make it, and then here we want to do insert the name is, then name. Okay, this looks all good. And now we are just missing one bit to make it interactive. Pretty similar to what we did before, but now we're gonna have this M and so what we're gonna put in here is essentially the parameter that is gonna be seen. So M name, and yeah, it looks so good. So now we're gonna select this block, evaluate as usual, so Emacs eval region. And now if we do the meta x, we can do MC insert at the end, and it's gonna ask for a name, and we're gonna put as a name subscribe to the channel. And as you can see, at the bottom of the buffer inserted some text. Now we can try to do something a little bit more advanced. For example, we can do a function that essentially is going to insert something at the top of the buffer. And let's imagine the buffer is an org buffer. So we can do MC insert org title, org head actually, and we put title, and we're gonna put author. So we have two parameters now, and we're gonna say inserts the title and the author in org format at the beginning. These ones should be in uppercase. That is how historically was done, because there were no typesetting like bold. And now we're gonna say interactive, and now the same. Title colon, and then we say gonna say the next one, so /n m author, And that's it, that's finished. Now like again, save excursion. Now we're gonna go to char, point max, and then we're gonna do insert title and title, and then we're gonna put /n followed by hash plus author. I'm gonna put author, and then we're gonna put also the date, and the date we're gonna use another function that we're gonna learn, which is format time string, and this function is going to take the parameter ft %t %z. Okay, and now the insert is done, save excursion. So we should select, and then eval region, and then if I do meta x mc insert org head title, this is an org title, the author it's me, mostly code, and let's have a look. Oh right, I should have done point min, not point max. Eval region again, and now we do insert org one more, another try to insert the title. The author is still mostly code. Let's go at the top of the file, and there you go, we have our title. Maybe we can place in here a new line, for example. Anyway, you got the point. Okay, so what else can we do here? We can do another function. For example, we can create a new buffer. Okay, so how can we create a new buffer? So there's a function called generate new, describe bar function, generate new buffer. And this is just an example to show you what you can do with the Lisp. So you can just have a look based on what you want to do. You can look at the description and you can do things. So you can do generate new buffer, and then you can say what is the buffer name. The buffer name is gonna be let's call it test buffer. Eval region, and as you can see here, there is a new test buffer that just appeared. Now here says the mod is fundamental, we can change those things, but the main idea is simply that you got the idea of the powerfulness of those functions. I hope I'm gonna have time to make more videos, and if you liked it, please leave a thumb up, leave a comment below if you enjoyed, if you have questions, if you have ideas on how to improve those videos, and thank you very much for watching, and see you on the next time. Bye bye.